China's restriction on Australian lobsters has finally come to an end after 4 long years. Australian suppliers are optimistic about regaining lost ground and returning to pre-restriction levels. However, Hong Kong retailers are concerned that prices might rise for local consumers. Sakarib has more.
Meet these charming stars of the Sydney fish market at Blackwater Bay Fremont, offered at very reasonable prices. Since China, the world's largest consumer of lobsters, imposed restrictions on importing from Australia in 2020, suppliers from the country have been exporting at prices 20 to 25% lower to destinations such as Hong Kong and Vietnam, attracting a new wave of lobster lovers. Sashimi, pan-fried, everything.
People who didn't normally eat lobster were all of a sudden starting to do it in many different ways. People were having lobster sashimi. There was even competitions that chefs and influencers were running to see what people could do with lobster.
Tourist spots like seafood market also benefit from the price drop of lobsters in domestic market. It attracts tourists to come here and have a bite of fresh lobsters.
While Australian lobsters were off the table, lobsters from Brazil and Southeast Asia stepped in. The question remains, how will Australian suppliers recover their lost ground now that they are back in the game?
The advantage that Australia has is their fisheries are very well managed. The importers in China obviously screaming out for seafood. I mean, not just lobster, but given some of the issues in Japan with the disputes across their territorial waters, I understand a general shortage of seafood in China.
An Australia wholesaler is confident that exports to mainland China will return to pre-restriction levels.
If we were able to sell into China, things would turn around and go back to where they were. We actually export other products into China as well, other seafood products.
In Hong Kong, this Australian grocery store was founded during the price drop that occurred under the restrictions. Simpena Lee, the store owner, is now concerned that the reopening of mainland China's market will lead to higher lobster prices or a less stable supply for Hong Kong consumers. But she believes that the product will maintain their value due to their quality. Sakarib, TVB News.